So a lot of my clients ask me, hey Will, where do you live? And it got me thinking that we should probably do a video on if I were to move to Greenville, knowing what I know about the city and everything that's going on around Greenville County, what are the places that I would consider moving to? So in this video, we are going to cover 3 places in no particular order that I would consider moving to. We're going to talk about the community, we're going to talk about conveniences, we're going to talk about the amenities, and of course, we're going to talk about real estate. And be sure to stick around until the end because the last place that I mentioned has a lot of development coming soon, and you're not going to want to miss out on that. Let's do it. As always, my friends, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the Upstate of South Carolina, and it's our goal with this channel that we are your #1 resource for all the things that you need to know about your relocation to the Upstate. We aim to provide you with the most relevant, the most practical, and the most reliable information that you can find on the internet about Greenville, South Carolina. And if you like this information, do me a favor, email me at my email below. I would love to meet you and chat with you about what your relocation in the coming months to Greenville could look like for you and your family. So the first place that I would consider moving to if I were moving to Greenville would be the east side of Greenville. And we just did a video on this topic. So after you watch this video, be sure to go and check out that video. That's a deep dive into the east side of town. The east side offers a lot to every stage of life, whether you're a growing family or whether you're an empty nester who's phasing out into retirement or who's got a few years left to work. The east side of town is going to be possibly a great fit for you. The east side of town is conveniently located, obviously just east of downtown Greenville. It's about 15 minutes from GSP, which is the international airport here locally. If you want to go to Woodruff Road or Pelham Road, which is the main corridor there on the east side of town, Pelham Road is going to be 5 to 10 minutes away. And Woodruff Road, where Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and Costco and Sam's are, that's only about 15 minutes away as well. And as we previously mentioned, Pelham Road, which is the main corridor on the east side of town, is going to have every kind of restaurant, pretty much every type of grocery store, from Lowe's Foods to Publix to Earth Fare. Also, the east side is packed full of amenities. Top Golf is on the east side of town, the East Side YMCA, which just underwent a multi-million-dollar redevelopment to the grounds, and that serves all kinds of residents of the east side every week, from kids playing in leagues to folks who are working out. And there's also Patewood Medical Center, which has a hospital and emergency center right there on Pelham Road. Pelham Road also terminates into East North Street, where there's a Sprouts grocery store, and there's an indoor pickleball facility that is about to open up as well. And not only does the east side have so many conveniences and amenities, you're also, like I said, only 15 minutes into downtown Greenville. If you wanted to go downtown on a weeknight or on a weekend to go out to eat, to go and walk in Unity Park, or to go and enjoy a stroll on Main Street. And as far as real estate goes on the east side, there's pretty much every type of house on the east side of town. Now, the east side has largely already been developed, and as such, that's why there's so much commercial development on the east side as well, serving all of the residents who live there. Now, primarily, homes on the east side are going to be over 10 years old. A lot of the east side was developed in the 20th century. We have a few new construction developments along the east side, but the prevailing majority of residential neighborhoods are going to have mature trees. And you can very easily find for example, brick ranch in that $300,000 to $400,000 price point. If you need a larger house and you have a budget of around $500,000, there's many very nice neighborhoods that you can find a 2,500 to 3,000 square foot home on the east side for about $500,000. And if you're a luxury buyer looking for a larger property, possibly on a larger lot, then if you have a budget of over $700,000, maybe $800,000, there's also a plethora of inventory on the east side for you as well. And just as an example, I sold this brick ranch on the east side of town. And also just a few months ago, I sold this 4-bedroom, just under 3,000 square foot home for just under $600,000 on the east side of town over in the Carisbrook community. And next up on the list is Simpsonville. So we've talked a decent amount about Simpsonville on our channel. In fact, we just did a video on Simpsonville, so be sure to check that out after you finish this video. Simpsonville is one of the quintessential suburbs of Greenville, and for good reason. Primarily because of its location to downtown Greenville and to Interstate 85 and Interstate 385. So if you live in Simpsonville, you're going to have really quick access to one of the interstate systems. That way your commute to work is not going to be very long. Simpsonville is full of residential neighborhoods with a lot of commercial development as well. A lot of things are changing in downtown Simpsonville. Downtown Simpsonville is growing. There's a lot of redevelopment happening in Simpsonville as well. Announcements have been made that the Swamp Rabbit Trail eventually is going to run through downtown Simpsonville. It currently does not, but that is very exciting news for the residents of Simpsonville. So as I said, Simpsonville is right below downtown Greenville. It runs all the way from the border of Piedmont to Five Forks, so it covers basically the whole southern section of Greenville County. If you live in Five Forks, you're going to have many conveniences to, for instance, Lowe's grocery store, Publix, sports club, gym. You're going to have really quick access to Interstate 85, and you're going to have quick access to jump up to GSP, the international airport here locally. If you live on the western side of Simpsonville, you're going to have access to a lot of residential neighborhoods. You're also going to have access to downtown Simpsonville, and you're also going to have really quick access to Interstate 385 to get you to and from work. Simpsonville is also home to the mini Woodruff Road, which is called Fairview Road. Fairview Road is home to Chick-fil-A, to Starbucks, to Target. Pretty much everything that you're going to need on a weekly basis is going to be there on Fairview Road. And if you have to jump up to Woodruff Road, or if you have to jump up to downtown Greenville, you can very easily do that as well if you're a resident of Simpsonville. So let's talk about real estate in Simpsonville. So first and foremost, Simpsonville is going to have the most inventory of any suburb around Greenville. For example, in that $400,000 to $800,000 price point, comparing the east side of Greenville to Simpsonville, Simpsonville has twice the amount of inventory that the east side of Greenville does. That's probably largely due to a lot of inventory that's new construction in Simpsonville versus the east side of town. Also, Simpsonville is on the fringes of development. A lot of Simpsonville has already been developed, but also you have Fountain Inn right below Simpsonville where there's a lot of development. Also, eastern Simpsonville towards Woodruff is experiencing a lot of development. Also, west of Simpsonville in the Piedmont area is also experiencing a lot of development as well. So to give you a few examples of real estate that we've recently sold in Simpsonville, we sold a house middle of last year over on Vereen Court, which is a master-owned main townhome development. That property sold for the low 400s. And a little bit farther south into Simpsonville, we just sold a house on Waterton Way. That property sold for just under $350,000, and it was about a 2,200 square foot single family home. And also in the heart of Simpsonville, in a community called Weatherstone, which is one of the more desirable communities in Simpsonville, I just sold a house over on Marswin Court for just around $700,000, and that property was 4,400 square feet. And finally, the third place that I would consider moving to if I were moving to Greenville, South Carolina would be, of course, well, downtown Greenville, South Carolina. If you want to live a more urban lifestyle, if you want the most conveniences of any place in Greenville, then you need to look in downtown. For example, if you want to walk outside of your front doorstep and be able to walk downtown and go out to eat on a weeknight, or if you want to wake up in the morning and go grab a coffee at one of the many local coffee shops, or if you want to spend your weekend biking or walking on the Swamp Rabbit Trail, then downtown should be a place that you set your sights on. Living downtown is going to offer you the most variety of restaurants. It's going to offer you the most variety of, say, coffee shops. It's going to offer you the most urban lifestyle that you can find here in our area compared to living out in one of the suburbs. And if you don't like commuting to get to where you're wanting to go, then living downtown, being able to bike, being able to walk, or being able to jump in the car or the golf cart is what you can do if you live in downtown Greenville. And we recently did a video on all of the developments and changes that downtown is going to see over the next year to 10 years. So if you're thinking about moving downtown and you want to watch these things evolve, now is a great time to buy a piece of real estate in downtown Greenville. So next up, let's talk about real estate in downtown Greenville. And as far as single family homes go, most of the new construction single family homes are going to be on infill lots. There's really no single family home developments happening right now in downtown Greenville, with the exception of a few. Most of the developments are going to be condos and townhomes, In fact, right now, there are 81 townhome and condos on the market in downtown Greenville, ranging from $300,000 to $3 million. And one townhome development that has my attention is called the McDaniel. This is one of the newest townhome developments in downtown Greenville, and it's on the corner of McBee and McDaniel Avenue. So if you're interested in walking to Yeehaw Brewing or to Some Bar, which is a coffee shop in the morning and a cocktail bar at night, or if you're interested in being able to walk to Main Street or to Publix, which is downtown, that's certainly a development that you should put on your radar. So I hope all of that information was helpful, and if you're considering living in downtown Greenville, in Simpsonville, or on the east side of town, please do me a favor, give me a call at my cell phone number below, or shoot me an email at my email below. I would love to chat with you about what your relocation to Greenville could look like in the coming months. And as always, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate, and until next time, stay safe. Well, this video is going to be about Greenville County, the upstate of South Carolina. Great thing to do and easily in the evening. I'm a local real estate expert here in the area. All time, we're right behind me is a really cool place called Freight Yard.